pounds. He is an undefeated fighter with 13 professional victories. All 13 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Roland, Oklahoma, Big Rick Dyer. Across the ring in the red corner, he steps in wearing black, trimmed in gold, and weighing in at 240 3/4 pounds. He also maintains an undefeated professional record with 25 victories. 24 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Representing El Paso, Texas, David Nino Rodriguez.
The El Nino, David Rodriguez. He's managed by Bob Spagnola, a longtime friend. Bob has it all in perspective. He said, we'll find out how good he is tonight. Sammy Gasol looks like a midget in there. How's he going to handle these big guys? David Rodriguez and Rick Dyer. Put on your seatbelt, folks. Send somebody to the refrigerator. You don't want to miss this one getting up for beer. Get ready for the fireworks. Big David Rodriguez, 240 3/4 pounds, 276-pound Rick Dyer, two undefeated heavyweights. Look at this. Dyer comes out as a southpaw. How about that? That's a wrinkle we didn't hear about.
Well, you know what? These guys are athletes, so they'll try to move around, and then we'll see what happens with the chin. Already a smile from Dyer.
Trying to put pressure on this guy. Dyer looks a lot more awkward than does Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks smoother to me right off the get-go here.
Well, Dyer is like leaping into the fray here. Hey, he's on the road. He says the pressure is on Rodriguez, but you know what? He needs to get through this early going and try to settle in if he can.
Well, Rodriguez is blasted to the body already. I don't understand this southpaw stuff. We asked him if he was an orthodox fighter. He said, yes, I am. Does he think he's confusing this guy?
Well, maybe he just looks like a little bit more of a natural lefty. He looks like, we'll see how long he stays with it. I mean, right now, he's going to take away some things, but he'll be open for a right-hand lead. He must have figured that the right-hand lead was a better thing to try to come at him than a double left hook.
Well, they're so massive, you know, either one of these guys would aim to get away with a lot. Just relying on their power in their first fights, but now they're fighting two equal giants, you might say. I mean, here's a guy, Rodriguez, who's 6'5", looking up in the eyes of his opponent. That's the first time in his career that's happened. This guy, Dyer, is awkward, but he's nowhere near as awkward as Valuev. And he's putting pressure on Rodriguez. Man, he cracked Rodriguez with a left hook. Actually, it's a left cross in his case because he's fighting with a southpaw.
And he did it before the referee could break them. He knew how to work on the inside.
It's a straight right hand right down the middle. And that's the way to fight a southpaw. So Rodriguez knows what he's doing in there, too. He's planting. Not a good idea to stay there. Feels the rope, slides down. Now he looks for it. Bangs the belly of Big Rick Dyer. That'll get your attention in a hurry. Looping right hand, misses the chin. Ticketed for the jaw, just caught the glove. Oh, two big guys. You expect either guy to be dropped at any moment with a minute to go in round number one. Sam Gus, okay guys, separate what I tell you. Left hook catches him, rocks Dyer. Now he blasts into the middle, back upstairs with the left hand, crashing right hand, and that toppled him a little bit, didn't it?
Yes.
Did that mark the knees?
Dyer got in some trouble there, and he has to tie up, and he's breathing a little bit heavy. He was nailed by Rodriguez with some good counter shots. Little man, so to speak, almost knocked over the big giant.
Remember, we're at altitude here. He's rocked on his feet. Big left hook catches him. Is the big guy going to topple? He has to hang on. Look at his legs. He's real loose in the knees. His heels are heavy. And Rodriguez is the real. The big guy crumbles down like a big redwood tree. He hits the canvas. It's up to 5 and 6 for the first time. Dyer takes canvas. 7, and he's up at 8.
He barely made it up.
He barely made it up. You're right, David. So much for Rick Dyer and his 13-0 as the bell ends, and I don't know if he can survive. Look at him. He's still out on his feet. He got cracked. David Rodriguez is the real deal, my friend.
Oh, did he really come in and land some big shots? And Dyer, very tired.
Yeah, one good rock up on the inside. Push him off. 1, 2. Push him off. Okay? It's 2 punches now, not 3, 2.
Remember that Rodriguez is just pouring. Good body shots, good left hook, steps back, works the body again. And Dyer hasn't been hit with 4 punches like that in a fight, most likely. Good body shots, the right hand, headshot. Now you see the wobbling and the bobbling, and down goes the big man. And he's such a big guy, he has to pull himself up, and he was barely able to do that. And you suspect that he'll be having a huge order to get through round 2.
I'll be very much surprised if he can. David Rodriguez, to me, appears to be perhaps the future of the heavyweight division. Big Rick Dyer, loaded with power, loaded with size, but he doesn't have the athletic skills of this guy, Rodriguez, who Dave pointed out as a baseball player as well. Look at this! Big left hand. He's not going to get through this round, Dave. Tries to hang on, and he's staggered again.
He needs to double jab. He's not double jabbing.
I know, he can't box with this guy, and he finally has spun to the canvas. The referee is going to call it a knockdown. He hit him and then tried to get out of the way. It's up to 6 and 7. It's an official knockdown. He takes the 8 count. Ref says, "Are you okay?" Dyer comes back for more. He's not going to survive this round, folks. Stick around. Big stiff shot with a left hand. He's ready to go again. Turns his back. Referee stops the fight. It's all over. It's the second round. Technical knockout victory for the new sensation on the heavyweight scene. You're going to hear a lot more about the name. Listen to it, David Rodriguez.
What tremendous power and good perception. He finds the opening and he just drills his opponent. He takes advantage of the big guy and just topples him down. He just really a juggernaut at this point. He just keeps going through guys. Okay. Knocked down in round 1. Now in round 2, the good right hand. Dyer can't keep him off. Good left hook, and again he hurts Dyer. Dyer's wobbled here, practically out on his feet. Rodriguez steps in and then does the turn. Didn't have to be called a knockdown, but it didn't matter because right after that, the fight's over. Hits him, turns him, spins him,
Great
and
athletic
tosses
move,
him.
Dave. Great athletic move, too.
Gets the call, and then moments later, as the big right hand gets in, just too much David Rodriguez. And look at the balance. Coming through, and nice left hook here. And look at that. That's tremendous power on the side.
I got to tell you something, Dave. You and I have called a lot of fights. I haven't seen a better up-and-coming heavyweight in a long, long time. This guy might be in a class by himself. It's still too early to tell. He still hasn't fought a contender yet. Rick Dyer was attesting that he was a mountain of a man, a huge man, and an undefeated heavyweight. But now he's got to go up and fight a real contender, a top 20 heavyweight, and see how he performs. But at this stage, if his hands stay well, he is going to be, I think, the future, perhaps, of the heavyweight division. That might be a bit premature, but we'll see how it unfolds. Okay, we have to make it official, so let's go to our classy ring announcer, Lupe. Go ahead, take it away, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sam Garza stops the bout with an official time of 45 seconds of the second round. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, from El Paso, Texas, David Nino Rodriguez.
The crowd in attendance here, of course, we're in El Paso at the Don Haskins Center on the campus of the University of Texas, El Paso. David from right here in El Paso, so they absolutely love him. Our man Dave Bontempo will move into position. Watch this. It's the end of the fight. As the big guy falls for it, he shrugs him off and lets him fall. And then you'll see the end of the whole show. Big, stiff left hand, and that's the way to fight a guy who comes at you southpaw. He turns his back. It's academic at this stage, and referee Sam Garza stops the fight. All right, Davey boy, Bontempo, take it away, my pal.
Well, David, pretty soon this crowd is going to hear you. You made a tremendous statement. Do you want to say anything to the people who watch this tremendous thing tonight here?
I love all of you. Thank you very much for the support. I'm so glad you guys came out, whether it's for Evander, for me, whatever. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
You said before this week you wanted to be a breath of fresh air in the heavyweight division, and this was a big chance to make a statement. Do you feel you made that statement?
Oh, definitely. What else can I do? I knocked out an undefeated guy in the second round. I dropped him in the first.
Now, what did he show you, and what did you key off in this fight?
He was real unorthodox, real kind of sloppy, and but strong. So I knew I had to just kind of get under his left cross, and or his left cross. And when I did that, when I made him miss, then I was able to come back up with a right and come back with a hook.
All right, we're going to take a look at the second round knockdown that you had here. You had one, of course, in the first round. Tell us how you were setting this up, and you actually were able to spin him too.
Yeah, because his head is right there for the taking. And every time he tried to clinch me, I just said, hell, I'm going to slip out of it. As you can see, I slipped, hit him again with a hook, slipped out of it, turned him, and well, that was kind of a push-shove. But
another look at it.
Right hand. There's another right. There's a hook. Basically just following up on my instincts, really.
And then you tossed him here. You showed tremendous strength.
Yeah, well, I used his leverage against him.
Now, you come in here with the undefeated record and a guy that can punch too. What were your expectations about what you thought he would bring to the table and how this fight was going to unfold?
He brought exactly what I thought, but I knew I could get past him. I knew that, my killer instincts would come into play. Once I sense urgency or I sense someone hurt, I finish him immediately. I jump on him, because why go 10 rounds if I can get him out of there right then and there and go home early?
How soon did you think he was in trouble?
The moment I hit him with that right cross. I think it was a right cross the first time I hit him, and when I saw a look in his eyes that he didn't want any more of that,
Now, fighting a guy this big, what are the stylistic changes that come into play that obviously you took care of?
Well, I had to be really careful, because he gets to punch down, and I'm a big guy, so I had to fight short, and I'm not used to that. So, but today I was watching some Mike Tyson videos, kind of inspired me a little bit, and I thought, well, hell, I'm going to fight this guy as a shorter man. My left hook is going to come with a lot of leverage, and that's exactly what happened. It played out in front of you.
You've ticketed yourself as a guy to watch, and the eyes of the boxing world are on you. Congratulations. Now to the Colonel.
All right, thank you, Dave, and really enjoyable to meet and get to know David Rodriguez this week, and I think you can see what a lovely person he is and what a terrific fighter he is. As you take a look at the heavyweight division with the likes of, at the lower end of the top 10, John Ruiz, James Toney, perhaps Layman Brewster, Sergey Liakovich, Nikolai Valuev, and Shannon Briggs. And we'll leave out the reigning champions, Shagayev, Maskayev, Peters, Klitschko, and Sultan Ibragimov. You get to think that this guy could maybe fall in there around 5th to 6th if he fought either Briggs, Valuev, Liakovich, Brewster, Toney, or Ruiz. Of course, he's not going to be fighting Brewster because Brewster has a world title shot coming up in a couple of weeks in Cologne, Germany against Vladimir Klitschko, so that's out. But I think, Ruiz would be a nice step up because a guy hasn't fought in a while. Ruiz is tough as nails. He's a former champion. This would be a good opponent to test this guy and find out how good David Rodriguez is. Well, coming up in our main event of the evening, it's going to be Evander Holyfield and Lou Savarese as you watch David Rodriguez play to his crowd here at the Don Haskins Center. And there's Lou Savarese getting taped up. Lou Savarese is a wonderful guy, a terrific human being. In fact, for heavyweights, they don't come any nicer than Evander Holyfield and Lou Savarese. Lou Savarese is an actor, and he's also a terrific fighter. Evander across the way. Look at the body on this guy. Who says this guy shouldn't be fighting? A lot of people have said he shouldn't be fighting. But when you look again at Toney, Ruiz, Brewster, Liakovich, of course, he had his problems with Toney. But this is a different Evander Holyfield today, Dave Montempo.
Well, and also, you have the dream of guys like George Foreman, what he did to Michael Moore. Everybody's got their dream.
All right, coming up is a scheduled 4-round featherweight battle featuring Ricky Vasquez. He hails from Las Cruces, New Mexico.